The New York Post, one of the largest newspapers in the country, is still being censored by the Chinese-allied Twitter company 2 weeks after daring to publish a story about the Biden family's international business dealings. Twitter is demanding that the New York Post delete all tweets about the Biden story before it can regain access to its account. Well, today, finally, lawmakers in the Congress and the Senate, that would include Texas Senator Ted Cruz, asked the CEO of Twitter, Jack Dorsey, about what is going on here.
Did Twitter block the distribution of the New York Times' story a few weeks ago that purported to be based on copies of President Trump's tax returns?
We didn't find that a violation of our terms of service and this policy in particular because it was reporting about the material. It wasn't distributing the material.
Okay, well, that's actually not true. They posted what they purported to be original source materials, and federal law, federal statute makes it a crime, a federal felony, to distribute someone's tax returns against their knowledge. So that material was based on something that was distributed in violation of federal law, and yet Twitter gleefully allowed people to circulate that. But when the article was critical of Joe Biden, Twitter engaged in rampant censorship and silencing.
So what are the standards at Twitter? The peyote guy you're looking at the screen didn't really answer. He doesn't know. But what's going on here? Are there standards? Should there be standards? Can Congress enforce standards? Senator Josh Hawley has been on this topic maybe more than anyone else in the U.S. Senate. He joins us tonight. Senator, thanks for coming on. So what did we learn today?
Well, we learned that the tech companies are going to keep doing this. They're going to keep censoring conservatives. They're going to keep putting their thumb on the scale for the Biden campaign as long as Congress lets them. It's that simple, Tucker. They think they can get away with it. They're totally unrepentant. Congress needs to take action. I'm glad we're talking about it. You know, that's fine. But the time for talk really has passed. It's time for Congress to legislate, take away the special immunity that these tech companies get for this censorship.
This is not relevant, but when you interview these people, do you ever think maybe it's bad for kids to become billionaires? Maybe it does something bad to you? I mean, is it healthy to live in a society where a tiny group of completely out of touch crazy people have power over what the rest of us can say?
Well, you know, if you want to know what it's like to live in an aristocracy, I mean, just open your eyes. This is it. I mean, we're one tiny group of, in Jack Dorsey's case, really weird people control what we're allowed to say, what we're allowed to share, who's allowed to report on what. I mean, it's just absolutely ludicrous. It really is modern day aristocracy, and it's going to continue until Congress stops it, which is why Congress has got to act and do it now.
Do you think the tech barons who testified today in the Senate were intimidated at all? Do they see this as just political theater? They're laughing on the way on their business jets back to San Francisco. Like, what do you think they thought?
Oh, I don't think they're intimidated. Listen, this was a hearing supposedly on Section 230, which is that immunity shield, Tucker, but I think 230 didn't come up until about 2 hours into the hearing. I mean, that tells you something. That tells you that Congress is not really focused on this issue. Congress is focused on talking, but Congress isn't actually focused on doing anything. And these tech barons, whatever else they are, they're not stupid. They know that. Yeah. Until Congress gets serious, they're going to keep right on doing this.
That's exactly right. Boy, you got right to the nub of it. 230 would defang these companies. That's real. The rest of it's not real. Thank you for telling us that. Senator Hawley, great to see you.
Thank you.